Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
It is one of my favorite things to eat when we cross the Atlantic Ocean because it's harder to find in America for whatever reason.
Was that the famous fish place?
I don't know, I just walked up to it.
So good. This was 20 lira, which is about 70 cents, and honestly, just what I needed. We are starting the day off strong here in Istanbul with some vegetables. We've seen this roasted corn all over the city, and of course, being from Iowa, I had to try the corn here. It looks absolutely beautiful. It is charred to perfection, and I asked for extra salt. They roast it over the fire and then serve it on this husk. It's absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to try this. Okay, the corn's a little harder than I'm used to.
That's not good.
It's a little harder than I'm used to, but the color is so yellow and the salt is fantastic. Let me try one more bite. It's delicious. I can't deny it's delicious. It's a little bit harder than I was expecting.
This is something we did not know before getting to Turkey, but the country of Turkey is becoming a major corn producer. In the last 3 years alone, they've seen an absolute boom in the industry. So it makes a lot of sense that you can find corn basically on any street corner here in Istanbul. They usually have the options for you if you want it grilled like this or if you want it boiled. And I'm guessing if it was boiled, it's a little more what Sydney was looking for with her summer Iowa corn you can just bite right into. I am very nervous based on what she said that I'm just gonna break my teeth right now, but let's just give it a try. When in Istanbul. She said be careful. Pretty good stuff in your tooth. Now the fact that we're in Taksim right now, which is one of the more touristy or at least more busy areas of Istanbul, these prices are probably a little bit higher than something you'd see in one of the other neighborhoods. But this piece of corn, this piece of beautiful roasted corn was 35 Turkish lira, which comes out to about $1.20. Now for the American or European viewer, that may still seem pretty cheap, but by Turkish standards, that is crazy expensive. Now a lot of this has to do with the fact that there's a bit of an inflation crisis happening. Almost spit out corn. But the last couple years have been really rough for the Turkish economy when it comes to inflation. So because of that, a lot of these street vendors, a lot of these restaurants have raised prices, especially in the touristy areas of Istanbul, to kind of counteract the inflation. So if we were here even 3 or 4 years ago, I'm sure this would be like 10 lira, 15 lira. Just in that time, this has over doubled the price. But let's not try to think about those unhappy thoughts right now, because we have a full day of beautiful street food in what many people consider the street food capital of the world.
It's so hard. The flavor is absolutely there, but it's just so hard to eat. It's so hard to eat. It is so hard to find a trash can here in Istanbul. For a city of 20 million people, I don't know where all the trash goes.
This lovely, affordable breakfast snack here in Turkey is known as a simit. It's essentially a round, somewhere between a pretzel and a bagel, something that's very easy to just eat on the go. And the best part, this cost 10 Turkish lira, which comes out to about 36 US cents, not dollars, cents. Now we're not completely unfamiliar with this concept. This actually is seen in most of the old strongholds of the Ottoman Empire. For example, we saw this in Greece and in Romania where it was known as a kovrig, but here it's called a simit. You can order them plain or you can order them with sesame seeds. I chose the sesame, just it looks so beautiful. The sesame flavor really comes through.
You guys are a blogger.
Yes.
You have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
I am also doing the same thing myself.
Oh, really?
That's who does the editing.
Oh, yeah, she does, yeah.
So you're the face.
Yeah, I'm the face and planner and everything, yeah.
This is my channel, Fatih Bora.
Okay.
This is my home country. I'm from the Black Sea, Gide, MAX,
SID.
is
Or Max and Sid, so like
Max and
Sid, yeah, three words.
how many days you guys are here? I can kind of give you tips to where you can go. And I saw the camera, I said, okay, these guys are doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
When we are living on Earth, our time is very valuable.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
are born and then we die. So, you know, it's really good to go over the world and see everything. And this kind of stuff, I really like. You just got to continue, not give up.
It's It's a lot, but we really enjoy it.
It's fun.
As long as you are giving positive reviews for Turkey, it is okay for
Oh, we
my
love
God.
Turkey.
Thank you very much.
Nice meeting you so much.
You guys also have a very nice time, and you are lucky you got an editor. I don't have that.
Yeah, exactly. I know I'm lucky. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
All of the research we did before coming to Turkey was like, be careful when people approach you, if they're like asking for something. The taxi drivers can rip you off, all of that. People are so nice here. Absolutely so nice. I kind of feel bad that we are on such high alert because 95% of the interactions we've had have been so positive. Fatih Bora, check him out on YouTube. He's just getting started with his channel. These people are so nice. I honestly could live in Turkey just because like people just put a smile on my face every day. Back to the simits. I think pretzel bagel is a perfect way to say it. It's crispy on the outside, soft in the middle. It's nice and chewy, and it's a great way to just get something in your stomach if you have absolutely no time. Excuse me as I'm chewing. I was just about to say, I think you're supposed to have a drink with it. Also, these usually come with like a cream cheese or even like some sort of butter. And the guy had them. I didn't pick it up. I don't know if it was an extra charge, but I think you need a little something with it just to dip it in. I think that's the one mistake we made with these. But for 36 cents, I'm a fan.
He's in the cage.
The cats own this city. Before coming to this part of the world, I was never much of a cat person, but now I love them. I love just seeing like the random places that they show up throughout the day. All right, I'm so excited because it is donor time. We are about to have two of the most popular street foods here in Istanbul. And I'm hoping maybe some tea as well.
One.
Okay. And then the chicken doner
Okay.
with the Ayran.
Okay.
Can we do no tomato?
No tomato. Okay.
And then 2 teas.
2 tea.
Doner kebab is the king street food here in Istanbul. In fact, it's believed that it was actually originated in the nearby town of Bursa, Turkey. With a lot of these things, you're never really sure where it actually originated because it kind of morphed into something else. But we've talked about doner on this channel before. It's so popular all over Europe, particularly in Germany. And it was brought to Germany by Turkish immigrants after the war. So we've been to Berlin, which people say is the doner capital of the world. But I think Istanbul has a little something to say about that because it actually did come from this country first. If you need a refresher, doner kebab is a beautiful tower of meat that is spinning and getting heated from the outside, and then it is cut. The crispy parts on the outside are cut, put in a sandwich with some spicy sauce, sometimes some yogurt sauce. It is one of my favorite things to eat when we cross the Atlantic Ocean because it's harder to find in America for whatever reason. I'm hoping that changes in the next couple of decades. There's so many doner places all over Europe, and especially all over Istanbul, and no two doners are the same. My initial thoughts on this doner are a little bit of a mixed bag. I am excited to see that the meat appears to be the layered meat. So with doner, sometimes you see like a big puffed up meatball that they're spinning around. That's kind of cheating. For an actual doner, you have to have the layered meat. It's actually layered on top of the stick one by one. And then the spices, the vegetables are kind of layered in between that. So all of the flavors mix together. Let's see how this is. Honestly, a little dry. The flavor's there, but yeah, a little dry. For me, the best doner is a spicy doner. A lot of times doner includes French fries on top too. Let's get a little more of that greasiness. And then some pickles or some peppers. Let's give it a shot. All bread. All bread on that bite. I will say, a lot of times with the bread, it's a little bit thinner, more like a pita, and it's grilled. This is just really puffy and honestly probably too much bread for the amount of chicken that's in there. Once you get more into the sandwich, definitely better, more moist. The French fries and the pickles, so good, so crunchy. And that red pepper is a really nice touch. Definitely not the best doner I've ever had, but pretty solid. I wish there was like, sometimes they have like a yogurt sauce, like a kind of a dill yogurt that goes into it. It's like I said, they're all different. you'll never find two of the same donors. But you definitely want it a little spicy, as I mentioned, because Ayran is completely a Turkish product. We have not seen this anywhere else except at, like, the donor places, obviously. But if you're going to the grocery store, if you're just out at like a market, you never see this. It's a very, very Turkish thing. Here, you see it everywhere. Now, what is this ayran, you may ask? It's pretty simple. It's yogurt, it's salt, and it's water. Now, when I told some other people that have never had ayran about it, they all make the same face. That's the face that people make when they hear about ayran. I'm telling you, you gotta give this a chance. But there's something about this. I love this stuff. And I didn't really like it at first. It took me a while to get used to it, because when you really think about it, in the US, we don't have drinks that are salty. Unless it's like a tomato juice or like a Bloody Mary type thing. That's the only thing I can think of that's more of a savory, salty drink. But ayran is one of my favorite things, and I'm serious. Ever since we got to Turkey, we've been having it basically every day.
We've been absolutely amazed at the tea culture here in Istanbul. Before we came to this country, we always assumed that it was a huge coffee culture. You know, you can see the coffee when they make it in the sand, which we honestly haven't seen that yet here. But what we have seen is everyone drinks tea. Everyone drinks multiple teas a day, maybe 3, maybe 8. We don't know. We also don't know how much sugar people take their tea with. We were presented with 3 cubes of sugar here. Our max is 2, so let me know in the comments how you guys drink your tea here in Turkey. Do you use it with sugar? How many sugar cubes do you use? Do you not use sugar at all? Let me know, because I'm very curious. Ooh. Wow, that smells so good. So right here is a Turkish pizza. It's a piece of flatbread filled with minced meats, spices, tomatoes. It smells absolutely incredible. This is our first experience with Turkish pizza. We've heard that you fold it over and maybe squeeze some lemon on top and take a bite. So let's try. That is a mouthful of flavor. The bread is so warm and the spices inside go so perfect with the lemon. This is also so affordable. It's the same price as that street corn I had for breakfast. Amazing. We should get 2.
Okay, we'll get 2.
Thank you. So this is rice?
Mussels, rice.
Okay.
Another item on the list that we just found here in the Balat neighborhood, Turkish mussels. In our first Airbnb here in Istanbul, I think we were in like the neighborhood where most of the mussels are cleaned, in Beyoğlu. Because we would walk down the street and we would just see like kind of these basement looking apartments where people were just cleaning the mussels.
So simple. Mussels, rice, and lemon. That is a powerful punch of flavor right there. Amazing. I could have like 8 more of those, to be honest. So good.
2 of them for about 35 cents. Unbelievable. The Balat neighborhood's really cool. It's got a lot of colorful buildings and it's kind of become like the Instagram hub. You see all these people taking these really, really cliche Instagram pictures. I do really like it over here though. This is our first time just kind of exploring Balat and it feels kind of Parisian to me. There's just a lot of cafes. It's very trendy, very lively. I'm starting to think we're gonna have to stop for another tea. We are becoming Turkish tea addicts.
That honestly might have been the steepest hill we've encountered yet. And that's saying a lot. Like, I don't know how these roads were built. And I don't know how they are still functioning, to be honest. It's wild.
I guess here in Balat and then Beyoğlu, those are more of the hilly neighborhoods. If you go to Beşiktaş or if you go more over to the Asian side, I don't think it's quite as hilly, but wow, it's amazing they built a city on top of this. It was quite the hike to get up here, but this is the true Instagram capital here in Istanbul. Kiramet Street in the neighborhood of Balat, also known as the colorful houses of Balat. I can't imagine living here because I feel like, you know, tourists outside your doors all the time. But the reason why is because there's just these amazing, almost kind of pastel looking colors, very bright, and even the doors, like you see this cool blue door over here, very vibrant place, lots of colors. We just had to see it. The main houses are so cool, but honestly this entire street, they all have these just really bright colors. We've seen people coming, tourists mostly, coming to take pictures, but I'm sure even the locals do as well. One thing to watch is there are a lot of scammers in this area just because like they know it's a tourist hotspot now. I guess there's like a popular shoe shine scam. We saw a guy doing that. There's you know, sometimes these kids come up to you and you feel so bad because they're kids, but it's likely someone hiring them. One of the unfortunate parts about somewhere becoming so touristy. Another thing that was interesting though is I saw a guy knocking on one of the doors. It's gotta be so hard to live here. I have empathy for people that live here because I'm sure it was just this nice quiet little neighborhood and then all of a sudden people like us coming to just get the cool picture, but at the same time I'm sure the property value is. Pomegranate juice?
Pomegranate juice, okay. Small, medium, or large?
Small?
Okay.
We just picked up some freshly squeezed pomegranate juice. I'm sad they didn't squeeze it in front of us. They must have already had some squeezed because she just poured it from a little container. But we've never had pomegranate juice before, and the color of this is so vibrant. It blends in with the buildings around in here in Balat. But it's purple and beautiful and hopefully really refreshing. So let's give it a taste. Oh my gosh. It's not as tart as I thought it was gonna be. It's actually kind of sweet and tart, that perfect medium. And it tastes just like eating pomegranate seeds. Like you can taste the seeds somehow, not just the juice. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that reminds me so much of just eating a pomegranate and like specifically the seeds. That is so wild. So good. This was 20 lira, which is about 70 cents, and honestly, just what I needed.
I'm really excited to try this. I've seen that this is a big thing in kind of the Persian area of Iran, Afghanistan, even places with some Turkic background like Uzbekistan. It's really cool how international Istanbul is. I mean, we're doing basically just a street food tour today, but you could do any kind of cuisine from the Middle East. You could do a tour in Istanbul. They have absolutely everything. This is my first pomegranate juice ever. It's really rich and dense, so I'm glad we got the small. Someone behind us ordered the large, and I don't think I'd be able to finish that. It's just a nice little refresher in the middle of the day.
You know, it is tart the more you drink it, but it's not so tart that it's sour necessarily. It's still really, really good. A+. We've come to the Karakoy neighborhood to try a fish sandwich at the famous place called Fish Sandwich. The famous fish sandwich shop is right along the promenade where the water is down here in this neighborhood. You can see the fishermen fishing off the bridge, and I'm thinking this fish is gonna be fresh right from the sea.
Buyurun, hoş geldiniz.
Can we do one? Oh my god, the way we just watched him create this was honestly mind-blowing. He put some sort of spice and a sauce on it. I cannot wait to try this. Holy crap. So they already had the wrap made and they just kind of toasted it over the coals. So we didn't get a good look at the fish, but they did have some fish on the outside and some vegetables. So let's take a bite. The fish is quite fishy, so you gotta like that. But the spices are so amazing. And the bread is not dry at all, like what we've been previously experiencing with our donors. And honestly, I've never had anything like this in my entire life. Was that the famous fish place?
I don't know, I just walked up to it.
Can you look?
Yeah. No, that one's up there.
The famous fish place?
Fish sandwich.
Yeah.
There.
Full disclosure, that was not the fish sandwich, the famous fish sandwich place. That was just a random stall that we bumped into, thinking that was the place to get the famous fish durum, but it's actually right behind us. And to be honest, we're not wowed with this fish, so we're gonna give it one more shot, order it from the famous fish sandwich shop to get a true opinion on the fish durum. We will admit it looks the exact same, except they might actually cook it and prepare it for us first. We'll have to just wait and see, but it was only 100 lira, so we're gonna try it one more time and see if we get a better fish. It's just, the fish is fishing, if you know what I mean. It's fishing.
Could I have one fish durum?
Okay. Aleykümselam. Acını al. Çok aşırı değil. Peki. Fazla atmasın. Yemiyorsan atma. Tamam mı? Olur mesela eşin çok açılar.
Burada elektrik kablosu var mı abi ya?
Ya vardır oralarda muhakkak yani.
Okay, round 2 of trying the fish durum. It was basically the same thing, except this place, they grilled the fish in front of us and actually removed the bones from the fish and cut off the scales. That's what I was a little worried about with the other one. I'm pretty sure the scales were still intact, but they also had the secret sauce, which, to be honest, I have no idea what that is. Should we stop talking and take a bite? Okay, 1000% better. The quality of the wrap is better, the fish tastes better, the fresh vegetables are amazing. That sauce is like a salty, sweet, umami, like I can't really put my finger on it. And the spices are so good. This wrap's also smaller, so I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off by so much bread. There's actually good stuff in there. I'm glad we gave the fish durum a second chance because this deserves a spot here in our food tour.
If we can attempt to provide a little pro tip here, this is the mistake we made. If you're coming off the pedestrian bridge where all the fishermen are and stop at the first place where they're doing the fish durum, I honestly feel like that place is just trying to copy exactly what this place does and they're not using the same quality of fish. So just keep on coming. It's the same price over here, but apparently much better. I didn't try the other one, so I can't say that for sure. Oh my God. I can't even imagine what the other one tasted like because that's really nice. A little bit of a fishy taste, but it goes well with everything and I love the spice on it. How can you beat this? Right by the Bosphorus, see the Hagia Sophia in the distance. We're just talking about the quality. I think it's probably the best thing we've had so far. And if you like fish, you're gonna love this.
We have been in this country far too long without trying their famous ice cream. If you've never seen Turkish ice cream before, it's a whole thing. It's a whole dance situation, and I'm kind of nervous. This should be fun and quite the experience.
Hello.
Hello.
Ice cream?
Yes, please.
Mix. Vanilla, chocolate, pistachio, lemon, blackberry,
Pistachio, chocolate.
and vanilla.
Sure. Thank you.
Come on. Hoppa. Ice cream. Take it. Hoppa. Araçta. Nereye bana? Buyurun bana. Hoppa. Okay. Buyurun. Nereye bana? Oh. Abracadabra.
Oh.
The price. Buyurun. Nereye bana? Maraş. Şarkımadan. Hoppala, ice cream, biro, merhabalar, Maraş, vay. Şarkımadan. Extra, okay?
Oh, thank you.
No. You got it. Yes, please, biro, merhaba, hoppala, hoppa. Merhabalar, biro, ice cream. Oh. Biro. Merhabalar. Oh no. Come on. Hoppala. Ice cream. Biro. Merhabalar. Maraş. Yep. Merhaba. What's your name?
Max.
Next.
That was honestly so terrifying to do because we knew about the dance. If you were just a random person going there for ice cream and had no idea about that, I would have been appalled. So
Sydney
scary.
was so scared going over there. She's
I
like, I don't
was.
want to do it.
But oh my gosh, he was so sweet.
Yeah, he was really nice.
What a first Turkish ice cream experience. My favorite is when they take the whole ice cream out of the bin and put it on your cone. Like, how is that even possible?
We got a mixed cone, so it's got pistachio ice cream, chocolate, and vanilla. It's really nice.
They all go so well together.
I didn't know anything about it except the fact that they do the whole thing, so I didn't really know about the ice cream itself. It's definitely like a more, what would you say, like a stretchy texture?
Like gooey?
Yeah,
or-
that's why they can hold it on the scooper thing.
Wow. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Another thing I really want to mention is because we did all street food today, we did really good with the pricing. Pretty much everything we had was under 100 lira. Some of the most expensive things we got were the ice cream, which you paid for the presentation, the fish sandwich, because that was the whole thing. But our lunch, everything in lunch, 158 lira. The 2 cones were 240 lira. So like, it's kind of crazy to think about that, but our teas were 30 lira. The mussels, 10 lira each. So you can eat a lot of food here. If you're just doing street food, you can eat a lot of food for basically nothing.
I don't think I'm gonna eat my cone.
Why?
Do you think other people have touched it?
Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of cones going on.
There's a lot of cone juggling?
Sleight of hand.
A lot of cone shuffling going
Shuffling.
on. I love cones though too, so that's really sad.
The sun has set here in Istanbul and our stomachs are just too full for any more Turkish street food. But we will be doing more Turkish food videos. There's so much more we could have tried today, and we definitely want to make sure that we cover everything. We're going to be going to other regions of this beautiful country. Turkey is so big and there's so much to explore, and there's so much that's unique about each region itself. So we are going to be going south, and we are so excited to share more of Turkey with you.